It's not Easter yet, Anders. Okay, we should have everything set up. Everything's good to go. Let's fucking do this. Welcome everybody to the live stream again with me and of course Erik.
Of course,
Mr. Co-founder. Yes.
But humble, always humble.
Always humble, indeed. Gotta stay humble, boys.
Yes.
Oh, let me just get the chat all properly set up on my screen, actually. So how is everybody doing? Well, weekend is approaching again, like every time. It's like it's only better now, I guess, especially with us now here.
Must be right. No, it's good. It's also a very good Friday today. Wouldn't you agree?
Is it a good Friday? What's so good about this Friday? I'm gonna put the fire on my TV before someone's gonna tell me again, like, "Hey, I'm missing the fire." I'll put it on. No worries.
I think this is the best Friday. Not the best. It's just a very good Friday, right? It's just very good in general.
Oh, I missed the whole.
You're not in Europe anymore, right?
Damn it. No, indeed. I don't think the Japanese do that now. Oh my god.
No. But it's good. It's good to be on this Friday. It's actually a pretty long weekend here for most European countries, and I don't know, in the US maybe as well. I do think they celebrate Easter there, right? Most of these Christian countries, I would say. Yeah.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, but it's good, right? So we have today is a free day, and then tomorrow is Saturday, then Sunday, and then Monday it's Easter. So
yeah, technically, so for Anders, who said I should be in the bunny suit because it's Easter. Well, Good Friday, we typically don't do anything really with Easter-related stuff, right? Do we? No, we don't.
We do. I
mean, we are free from work.
So that's true.
And yet I'm still here. Damn it.
No, good. Any plans, Sander, this weekend for this long Easter weekend?
Actually, none. To be honest, I have nothing on my planning. So I'll be seeing if it's actually gonna be good weather. Let me check if it's gonna be good weather. If so, then I might go for a little hike somewhere. But yeah, oh, it's gonna be 23 degrees. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be hiking. Hell yeah. You? Are you gonna do something?
Gonna go hiking. I'm gonna go to the zoo after this thing. To the zoo.
Oh shit!
This
Where about?
And then, huh?
Oh no! If I'm gonna say it, you can leak your location, and people are gonna look up for you.
Oh, I mean, I'm in the Boros Zoo this afternoon. I'm not living in Boros. It's like half an hour drive from here. So if you want to meet and greet this afternoon, then come to the Boros Zoo. If you see me, just stay 50 meters away and just wave, and I'll wave back to you. And that's the range I feel comfortable with.
Nice. Okay.
No, I'm seeing some questions here. I'm going to make a mental note of it, and we'll answer them as soon as possible. We just have to sort of stretch the stream very slowly because there isn't that much to talk about.
So it's gonna be basically a Q&A, most likely, all of it. Sorta.
No. We can talk about the 2HG remake. I see a question here. We can talk about that one. We can talk about some events. We can talk about the white sync case. Because I saw that the white sync case isn't available in the store. That's true. Because I now think we're sending out the new sync whites, right? I've seen on Reddit and on Discord some people receiving them. And I think once we have fulfilled all those orders, that's when we will open it up again, right? The sales for the sync white. And I think the Optimum keycaps and case on the Optimum landing page itself isn't available as well. There's like a technical issue, and that we can't have it online now. But if you look at the individual products, you can still find the case. So if you really desperately need the case or need to have it ordered today, you can still do it. And otherwise, you have to wait until next week until it's like, oh, nice, and then again.
One thing I was pretty surprised about is I actually got like, I was supposed to be making, I am supposed to be making a video about the Ultimate keycap set to how to install it, because people have been difficulties with and how to install it, because it's like blank keycaps, so it's kind of like a puzzle for most people. So, but I was surprised about how fast it actually shipped from the Netherlands, because I think it shipped from the Netherlands. I'm actually doubting, but it's like it arrived in 1 week to Japan, which was really surprising.
Which keycap sets do you have? Which one do you have?
Here, I ordered by accident the double shot white keycaps instead of the die-subbed keycaps, because I was like, oh, let me just order those with my Wooting budget thingy, and it's like, oh, too bad, so sad.
Smart.
And further, I just have. Actually, I do have the black ones on so the black die-subbed. I still have them from home. I put them on the OwlLab keyboard. I mean, the OwlLab keyboard is going to be in the case. So, and further, I have just regular keycaps, and of course my beautiful own that I have been for a long time, the orange and the white one. But that's not a Wooting one, but I need me some orange, and I love me the colors. Still, till this day, it will go in my grave.
Good. Good. Goede Vrijdag is not a public holiday in the Netherlands. Well, it is a national public holiday, but not all sectors get a day off. But it is an officially recognized holiday of the national government. You just don't. Not everybody gets the day off. So
who doesn't get off? Probably people in Horeca, isn't it?
It depends on your CAO, I think. I think most supermarkets stay open, Horeca stay open. I think most stores stay open. I think it's only universities, schools, and government things that are closed today, mostly. But it's an official day off. And if you work at Wooting, you also get this official day off, which is cool, I guess. So if you want to work for us, you can go to wooting.io/careers, find a job there, apply, and who knows?
They will make you still work, like I'm now. They will.
So it's interesting. We had a certain meeting, which is quite important for product development next week, but also because Monday is a day off. We wanted to discuss it with a lot of people in the company. So there is now actually a very big meeting going on with everybody who should be off today, right? In the which is actually quite funny. Yeah. No, even though you're allowed to take a day off, you're not allowed to take a day off if you work at Wooting today and you have to work and suffer. And no, but it's most of the time it's fun, I guess, working for Wooting.
Out of the shot caller is pointing a gun at my head. By the way, not real. Just be sure that people don't call the cops and shit. All right. We have a couple of questions. Also, like, where's the PPT French keycaps? Any updates for that?
Where those? No. I think they're still in production or planned production anytime soon, and maybe they're on the way to our warehouse. I have no clue. That's a very good question for
Mark.
For Mark.
Please help.
50% of the questions we just go to
Mark.
June or early July.
June and July. Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's very good. Next week we will make an announcement about a ambassador, somebody who will endorse Wooting moving forward, which is great. I'm not going to spoil now who it is. You have to wait until next week. But I bet you will be surprised, whoever this is. It's quite exciting. I think we can touch upon it in the next live stream. That's maybe smarter to do.
Because then we actually can talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. And then I wanted to discuss the 2HE Ray remake, because I saw it a few times already. And 2HE Ray remake, we don't have anything planned. There's nothing in the pipeline. We know that the Wooting 2HE is probably due for an overhaul or an upgrade or refresh, but at this stage, we're focused on some other bits and pieces.
Very carefully not to leak anything.
No.
Oh, sweat dripping down the face.
I mean, we haven't said anything new, right, in a very long time about things.
What's the latest thing we actually shared on stream? I have no clue anymore what it actually was.
Maybe the OutLab, and that's. I mean, we promised it like, oh, you can buy the OutLab in April, end of April, beginning of. I think thing will be beginning of May now, the OutLab thing. But that was the last. It wasn't even our product. It was like more of a collaboration we've done, but we haven't been sitting still. And maybe Computex is a nice time to show something new.
Shall I share something new with the OutLab? Just do a little bit of typing on it, or shall I not do that?
OutLab?
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about the OutLab. The OutLab is not. OutLab is good. Let's say if we ever make a new keyboard or different version, what would be the next keyboard we should make? Or what do people actually want? I mean, I saw.
I mean, if you're gonna watch the comments, I know for the comments, as always, everybody's asking for like a new 60% keyboard.
A new one.
It's just, because it's just the most. It's always like 8K 60G win. That's like the majority of the comments I've seen on YouTube. But the chat here is actually going for the full size.
Nah, it's only Marek. It's two of them.
Marek is just. It's always different accounts.
I mean, I also in love with full size keyboards. So, but then again, I don't have any say in Wooting apparently. See, full size, best size. It is actually quite interesting because we did a hardware survey a few weeks ago, right? Where we asked people. I think one of the questions was, "Hey, what would be your preferred keyboard layout?" And those results actually surprised me, to be honest. I don't know if we ever will publish all the results from that survey because it does have some interesting pointers. But then again, this is also something that maybe you don't want to show your competitors all that often. But it's actually, I think it's TKL, full size, and then 60, what people want, which is quite interesting because it's, a lot of people want either TKL or full size. It's quite interesting.
I mean, people have been shouting it quite often, right, about the TKL, so it's not the biggest surprise either, and it's also a reason why a lot of competitors are making like the 75% layout is what is mostly being done now.
No, that's one of the least requested.
Oh shit!
Layouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the market's going different as well.
Or maybe I'm just saying bullshit to confuse the competitors, and everybody comes out with full size. Like, it doesn't sell.
I'm good. That'd be something. Oh, shit.
So this is a very good point, right? The problem with the 2HE is that there's no compatible case in the marketplace whatsoever. And this is where, which is I think an issue for most TKL full size 75 and even 65% keyboards, is there isn't a good standard size and format as that you have with the 60, right? The 60 have this GH60 layout, and that's quite universally accepted with a USB port on a top left and sometimes in the middle, but most of the time it's in the top left. And with a 65, that's where you get like into a weird zone already, but there's still a lot of compatibility, and everything above there, it's like a wild west. There are some standards, but not all cases are compatible. Some, have different USB ports, different places. So even if we would sort of, I think it would still be difficult to make a full size, which is compatible with a lot of different cases. Interesting.
Lost.
Will there be any promotion on the 60HE? I mean, we're promoting the 60HE all the time, right? I mean, get your 60HE today.
That's the only promotion.
Get some Jade Maxes and put it in a translucent case. You have a very nice keyboard, or put it in a.
It's the guy promoting a keyboard case we don't even sell.
Yes, or get it in a sick alumaze, right? With a strap that we don't
Yeah.
sell, and keycaps that aren't ours, and a wooden accent piece that's made by Lily. It's yeah. Why do I only have? Oh, we can. No, I can't even show this. Too bad. There's nothing. Oh, that sounds good, Sander.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I think these are the 8 Pros in the OLED case.
Yeah. Oh, this is maybe a very good shout out
Oh, this
before I
is Jet
forgot because
Gaming.
on my list.
Sorry, this is actually the TTC Gaming switch or RGB.
We currently have a little booth or little stand at the Sea Frontier event in Shenzhen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who will be there?
So
Raise your hands. I'm actually not, but
yeah, some people from Wooting will be there. You can
yes.
talk with them, test out our products, and yeah.
And then after Shenzhen, we have Computex. And Computex is in...
That's already going fast, in a month or something.
In a month, yes. It's like the 20th till the 23rd, I believe. And a big part of the team will be there. And that's also where I will be present, actually, in the living life. And we will also be announcing new fun stuff. That's all I can say.
Stuff, right?
Yes.
Fun stuff, yeah.
So we're working on a video and all of that in the meanwhile. And yeah, you guys will know before Computex, because that's the time it should go live. I'm not going to try to make promises, because maybe, you know, shit happens, shit hits the fan, but it should be before Computex, yeah.
You never know. Yeah. Any news on the knob? Any news on the knob, Sander?
Knob? I only know a knob head, and that's the one next to me in the camera. Oh, this one. I got him.
I mean, I'm just keep on saying it. What's the use of a knob, right? It's use it for volume, I guess, or you press it down, and some knobs you can click, right, and have a different play pause thing, and then volume, fidget spinner. Okay.
Fidget spinner, yeah.
Fidget
I mean,
spinner.
that's the most thing. When I had the keyboard with a knob, I always just fiddled around with it all the time and just get the keycap off, or like the thing, just plug it out and in, because it was satisfying. I don't know. Yeah. But you gotta do some DJ stuff, man. A little bit of that. Waka waka waka. Yeah.
Knobs are a tactile thing. Fidget spinner. Yeah. I mean, can you remap keys in software? Yes, you can remap keys, and ATG does have a home button, because I think all the keys that you would normally expect in a TKL are in packaging as well, so you can always get them, and then in the software you can remap keys however you want. So that's are any companies doing custom ATG cases? Well, a few of them. I think if you Google custom Wooting ATG case, then you'll find one.
I believe there's like 3 custom cases by now. You have KBD fans, and you have the Bone 80, I believe it's called, which is, I don't know where it's exactly sold, maybe AliExpress or somewhere else. And you have another ADHD case, but I'm not exactly sure where and what it was again. The Bone 80, GT80, and the Holy 80 is in development. I swear there was also another ADHD case, I believe I saw. But
I think so.
Maybe mistaken, but maybe.
René also makes a good point. I think this would be a very nice, useful feature, at least a good quality of life feature for a smaller keyboard, like either a 65 or a 60, I think. And that's having a split spacebar, because for everybody doesn't know, you can, some layouts have, like, instead of a longer space, we have 2 tinier space-bars, and then in the center another button. One thing that's very useful is you can still, you know, because you use your thumbs for the spacebar anyway, and most of the time you use it on the edges, right? So maybe it's better to explain it here, right? So space will be then split into 3 keys, so you have like 2 longer spacebars in the center key, and you still hit like the sides with your thumb, but in the center you can add another key, which you can maybe access your 3rd or 2nd or 1st function layer, and you just have another place where you can get to different function layer. And, you know, of course, because real estate, when it comes to keys and things and actions on a 60 or 65 is quite small. It's quite nice to, The center is almost never used. Yeah, exactly. So that will be a good quality of life feature if we ever make something like this. And I think that would be even more useful in a knob, right? Would it?
I mean, I don't need the extra keys to be honest, because I don't even use the right alt key either, or the control or whatever, but in the shift. But that's me. Yeah. It all depends on what you need.
Yeah. Also, something interesting about Cherry profile. There was a question. Why are the stock keycaps OEM instead of Cherry? Yeah, because that's just the way it is. It's a decision we've made a few years ago, and we helped invest into a nice PBT keycap mold, and in this case it was then OEM profile. And one thing when it comes to PBT keycaps, especially if you want to have them shine through, you need to have a double shot keycap, so you can, fill the center with translucent materials and the outside with nice PBT. Making a PBT keycap set, it's quite a investment, right? The molding fees are quite high, and then you want to have them for different languages and stuff, so it can be quite costly. And even though Cherry is at the moment very popular, and I think we use Cherry for our die-sub keycaps, right? Also for the Canon one, I think all die-sub keycaps we have are Cherry, and
yes,
I think internally we also prefer Cherry over OEM. I don't think there's any wrong or any. I mean, both are fine, right? So if we would now do a redo on hindsight, we probably would have gone for Cherry instead of OEM. So maybe, at some point, if the molds of the OEM keycaps wear out, maybe that's a nice time to then move over to a Cherry profile.
Yeah, boy. To be honest, I also like the cleaner look of Cherry's profile switches. I like it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think they're also a little bit more less. Yeah, a little bit more. I don't know. I think this is a Cherry profile. This is a Cherry profile. I think this is a set from PBT fans. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit more flat, and the keycaps are just flatter in general, which is, yes, I guess, quite nice.
I mean, the height of the typing profile height, or how do you say it? The height of the keyboard is getting shorter by that, so that's better.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And also for like if you want, so I saw like a question like the V2 switch is more silent than the V1s, and it's very slightly, as in the loop job is a bit better done, so that makes the switch a bit quieter in that way. But it is still not like a silent switch. No, we still don't have that. When Erik?
I was reading about split bright shit, and I was like, my brain's like, "Oh, was that useful?" But sorry, what was your question, Sander?
No, I said when silent switch.
Silent switch. I mean, the lacquer switches aren't the loudest, right? If you compare them to, I think that what do you had in an OLAP case? The TTC switches.
These are the TTC RGBs. These are pretty loud. Yeah.
Compare them to the lacquer V2, right? Then you have your silent switch there. Yeah. Oh, but it sounds really good. The OLAP case. It's.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Love it.
Yeah.
I think the Jade Pros are because I also got like that's the new from Gateron. It's like the Ruby switches. These are actually pretty nice. Also sound wise. I'm actually using them in my own keyboard and my own ADHD now. They sound pretty nice. The only thing I don't like is you gotta have everything in red on the RGBs, and I hate that.
Good.
I could maybe.
Hey, one thing that is maybe interesting to talk about, because I cannot talk that much about Computex because I'm not involved and I'm not allowed to come over, right? But one thing that we will have later in the year is Gamescom. So we have a booth at Gamescom at Hall 10, apparently, at a prime location in front of the cafeteria, so you can just sit
Get
there.
Your grubby fingers over the keyboards after eating. Hell yeah.
Yes. Yes. And you know, and we're now in the process of making a booth design and I don't know, fun activities or things we want to showcase, right? I mean, do you guys, any of you guys, have like fun ideas that we can do at the booth? Maybe a competition, or let's say if we do on, I don't know, the Friday or the Saturday, we say like, hey, let's do a fun.
Holy shit. Your audio is cracking out for some reason. I'm not sure if I'm the only one hearing it, or if I'm the only one, or so everybody else hears it. But you got Erik died. Yeah, basically. Holy shit. Okay. Again, you can repeat it again, Erik, because it was crackling and doing weird shit. I'm not sure if it's your microphone. Don't worry about it, because I think it's like because we use Video Ninja. It's like the online. You can put like the webcam online, and then you can put it in here, and you have nice quality and stuff. But sometimes it just screws up like everything. Now I don't hear Erik anymore, so that's nice. Wait, let me check in Video Ninja how you are set up. You're not muted. Check your audio settings if it's still connected, because you replugged. Maybe you have to restart the browser actually. Oh, it's kind of nice also, this quiet and serene setting now. So, yeah.
How's this? This is my webcam. This is my webcam. Is it good?
It's definitely, I mean, it's better than the. But
and how's this?
Oh, this is yes. Thank you.
It's good.
This is better. Welcome. Yes.
You're welcome. Okay, that was good.
Like you're in the toilet.
Great ideas. I saw like a ball pit full of switches. That's.
It feels like it's gonna hurt like a motherfucker if you're gonna have a ball pit of switches. It's basically just stepping on Legos, but you're just like. I think it's worse than Legos.
So we should have like a path of switches, and the people have to walk over bare feet with a blindfold on. And then you have to guess what switches you're walking over.
How do you know? It hurts all the same. I just hope you have those switches, because the switches on the market, we don't have like the little pins sticking out. You just hope you don't have those. And if you do, then, well, yeah. Sucks to be you. I had one time here, I was like swapping switches, and I just threw every switch to the side, and a few were in my carpet, and I realized that later on when I stood on it, the fucking thing just poke in my feet. It was it hurt. It's worse than Legos for sure.
Definitely can have some sharp edges.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, back to Gamescom. Right?
Gamescom.
So
Erik will be there.
I will be there. Maybe you as well, Sander, who knows? But let's say we would take one moment as a community event. So maybe Friday afternoon between 2 and 4, we just open a booth exclusively, or say like, hey, everybody from Wooting Discord community, come over and let's have a little get together. Who would come? Any people here in the chat?
Erik is just lonely. He needs some people to talk with.
No, I'm just curious if let's say 500 people say like, oh, we're coming over, right? Then it's maybe not a good idea to do it.
Everybody be swarming the whole place. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Then we need a bigger booth. No, but we have some, besides showing Wooting products there, maybe something special, something new, something cool. We have some good ideas also for competitions, and but if it's always good to get more inspiration, right?
Yeah, we want to make so on events we want to because we saw like at Shenzhen. Like we saw the other booth, Wallhack, we actually did like something interactive, and we thought like, oh, that's pretty cool actually, and it's also making us think a bit more like, hey, could we also, do something fun and interactive with the community while they're at the event? Besides, of course, checking out their stuff to do something else with it. So we're just trying to figure out some things which might be fun for people to do. So if you guys have any ideas as well, by the way, you can drop them in the comments as well.
Maybe. You know what we should do? We should just hide a Wooting ATHE somewhere at Gamescom every day, and whoever finds it gets to keep it.
Oh, that'd be actually pretty funny to do, to be honest.
Yeah.
You just make a video line, and it's like you have you sometimes have people like in real life, they just hide it in some random place and they share it on Instagram, and then he has a camera set up like how long it takes for people to gather it, and like after 10 minutes already someone just yoinks it.
Always the same person, right? Like, oh, here's the $100 bill.
Oh yeah, right. It's just like active. I mean, it wouldn't be surprised if like 90% of the videos are like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm quite excited for Gamescom, because it's also a little bit different than Computex, right? And I think Computex is the only. I mean, Shenzhen is also very good, big consumer fair we have been, right? Yeah.
I mean, Shenzhen is definitely smaller than. I mean, it's a big fair of like lots of stuff there, but everything has like a different hall with different kind of items. So the one has like AI stuff, and the one has like automotive stuff, and then the one has like we had on like the hall of keyboard stuff. So it's like people just usually just go purely for one hall maybe they're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So you usually get that. So in scale size, like Computex is just one big gaming event. So in that way, it's bigger and more audience than Shenzhen would ever have. Yeah.
Yeah. Gamescom, not Computex. I mean, Computex is also a lot of computer stuff, right? But it's more B2B focused. And
a lot, yeah. It's a bit mixed more, yeah. It's more, it's in line with its old technology per se, but it's like, yeah, it is scattered where people go to and what the purpose is there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also interesting. Maybe we reach some new people, right? Some new audience there, because it is, of course, gaming related. A lot of German people there as well, but it's quite exciting.
Maybe like a massive plate where people can draw using switches, like that Reddit thing, where people just put one color each to draw. Do you know that?
Yeah, I've seen it at. Well, one thing that I thought was really good was I was at DreamHack earlier in November or December in Stockholm, and Lego was there as well with a very big booth, because apparently they sell a lot of Mario and Fortnite Legos, and it was and also Sonic Lego I think, and they had like a very big square empty where you could put like Legos on, and what you could do as you visit to the booth, you could come there. Then you get like a little pamphlet of things you have to build together. And it can be like, oh, you have a little square plate of like, I don't know, like 20 by 20, and you put some Lego pieces on there, and then you have to place a specific thing at the wall. And you got like your Lego piece from like a very big bin where you could grab out, and a lot of people building there. And at first was quite kind of shady, but the more the day progressed, you kind of saw like how the whole thing came together, and at the end it was like a very big mural of Sonic the Hedgehog and some other thing. Yeah, that was very cool.
That's pretty sick, yeah.
Yeah, we should do the same thing. We should just do a Lego booth. That sounds way more interesting than a Wooting booth.
Can we build a whole keyboard out of Lego?
Yeah, but maybe we should have like a very big wall, and everybody can install their own Switch, and then place their own keycap on there, right? And then at the end of the day, it was like a very beautiful mural.
Somehow,
sense.
like in my mind, just pops up like the Media Markt when you have keyboards set up there. It's always like the yoink all the keycaps off it and take it home or do whatever with it.
I saw a picture on Reddit a while ago. I think it was from a Walmart or whatever, or I don't know, in the US, whatever store. And somebody was like, it was actually a video. Someone was like walking over their keyboard area. So he saw like Corsair keyboard all covered in like a plastic frame over it, so it looked pristine. Then a Razer keyboard and everything. And at the end, it was like a Logitech keyboard where the plastic thing was broken off from, and like everything ripped out of it, like got it completely. It's like,
Just
wow,
got
people
it,
can't
yeah.
behave.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same in the Netherlands at the Media Markt. All the keyboards there like have complete, right? Like most keycaps are being pulled from it, and
Yeah, switch is missing maybe even.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that there was a while where I think it was Razer or because one of them, they had like a box where the arrow keys were exposed, so you can press those in. And with most boxes, even the keycaps from those keys were just yoinked off it. Yeah, it's not a good idea,
Insane.
but not practical, I guess, to show it. Yeah.
I mean, here in Japan, every keyboard store you go into, everything is still attached. People behave it.
People behave, yeah. I mean, I
So
can
funny
imagine if
to
you go
see.
to a specialized keyboard-only store, then maybe do we have them here in Europe? There's one in Berlin, but
I'm not sure
yet.
actually. I feel like there's not a whole lot of like keyboard specialist stores in Europe in general. Don't think so.
no, right?
At least not in the Netherlands, as far as I can say.
Good.
I just want to know when my order will be shipped. If you go to the Wooting hub, you should be able to see a date, or at least an estimate, I believe, for when your product should be arriving around that time. It's hub.wooting.io.
Hub.wooting.io, yeah.
Maybe the hub to the hub.
Yeah, I'm going for. Anybody have some interesting questions? Maybe same booth ADG. Yeah. One thing that's I don't know if that's feasible, but if you have like a whole wall of Wooting products, right, stick together like 80s with 60s and 2HEs and oohs and everything on a big wall, and then people can just press a key and it's like a ripple effect going in sync over all keyboards. That would be quite sick.
Just have the whole entire wall, and like everywhere there's a wall, you just have keyboards, and it's like boom, all the waves full of epilepsy of all the RGB.
Wow, I just had a fantastic idea. We can do a Switch experience where people can experience what it is like to be a mechanical keyboard switch. So you just have to stand in a little cubicle, kind of stuck, and then you get a keycap hat on, and then it's like a big robot finger pressing you down.
Hydraulic press, just make sure it's not going too much weight on it.
Yes, and then you can choose between casual typist all up to a hardcore competitive gamer. Like that'll be like that we call like the Switch experience.
We can make it a competition, like how long can you last there? The one that lasted the longest can win a keyboard. I like that. I think it's a good one.
The most important part, everybody will then shout at you, "You don't sound pretty, you don't feel good, why aren't you fucky?" Can you imagine that? The life of the Switch, that's quite hardcore. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be in charge of the booth design.
Yeah. That's a concern, that's for sure.
That's a concern, yeah.
ADG all yellow edition. Hey, before we're gonna make an all yellow edition, I want that orange edition.
Orange
edition.
Yeah, maybe you can do it on a King's Day this year, right? Special festive edition.
All right, but I'll be the only one here doing the orange part.
It's too bad. Yeah. I mean, orange. You know what it is with color, Sander? It's always people like white and black, and any other color you either like it or you really dislike it, and yeah. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can
just the thing,
appreciate a good combination of colors. Also,
Yeah,
Papa
but-
saying why no purple wave keycaps is also because we tried to do that, and we didn't
We
find the
hadn't.
colors matching that nicely together. So we decided to be like, let's just skip out on this one. Yeah.
We made two samples, but in the end we didn't make them. Yeah, Nocta brown and cream. That's like the fans, right? The CPU fans. Those,
To be
those were really
honest,
good.
those were like everybody was against it and finding it ugly. Myself was finding that too, but now it grows on me and I don't mind it as much anymore.
I quite like it. I quite like it. Yeah. The thing is, if you don't have a choice, right? So let's say we would make all our keyboards orange. Sure, people will purchase it if they want a Wooting keyboard, right? Because there is no alternative to Wooting keyboards. But if you give them the choice of black or orange, then 95% would go for black. Yeah. Even if you have like an orange accent color, right? With maybe a keycap or two orange or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a more safe option, of course, because you can match any color with black and white or gray or, any.
Oh, that's Hody makes a very good. Would the case 100 edition ever be available for mass production? Or is it too difficult? I mean, nothing is too difficult, but this was just a one-off fun thing, and because I think. I don't know if Onapix reached out to us, so we reached out to him like, hey, you want to try out the Wooting? He was like, sure. So then he opened it on stream, and because he's a very big streamer, right, he probably expected some more attention, so he just on stream opened it, and he said like, wow, this is the $10,000 Wooting special edition, and then he opened it and was like, oh, just a normal Wooting, and I guess he still liked it, but it wasn't anything special. Then we thought like, oh, let's make him this $10,000 special Wooting edition. So
it's a pretty good case though.
Yeah,
well done.
It was a very good case, and the case is actually spray. So I think it's a zinc raw case originally, and then it's spray painted or airbrushed by a guy who does like truck painting and motorcycle painting, that kind of things. And, yeah, it was like I think I don't know exactly how he looked, but I imagine just like a very cool biker dude. Yeah, come here, good, let's do it. Case hardened.
The guy just randomly gets a keyboard instead of like biking or whatever. It's like, what the fuck is this suddenly? Why the hell am I painting keyboards now?
It was quite good. Then we sent it to him and added some aftermarket keycaps. I think like a little crate and some gold keycaps, and yeah, it was quite good in the end. It really looked nice, and I also didn't expect it. I mean, I didn't expect it to get so much views in this channel. A lot of people apparently liked it. Yeah, it was quite cool. I don't know. Hopefully he still uses it. But these things are really fun to make and fun to experiment with, right? Because you can do something creative with a keyboard, make a very unique build. But then on the other hand, it's also quite sad that you really can't mass produce these in a very efficient way, and
very much manual labor, or there's like probably not a specific way to mass manufacture this really in a cost efficient way. I think I'm not sure, we haven't looked in it too much either, but yeah. I can imagine if you do like a custom pattern case hardened, that's gonna be it would be fun if the float is every time different, just like the case unboxing. So you have a different float, and then it's like you actually have more valuable ADHDs compared to other ones as well, because you have the proper float. That'd be actually pretty fun.
Yeah. Was it this sticker company who makes these decals? Did they also have like a case hardened thing, stickers? With like different patterns or different way how you could be more lucky? Wasn't it D-Brand who had like...
D-Brand? I believe it was the... How is it called? But it was just in my head. I was actually thinking about it because I also had like a huntsman. A huntsman knife that was having like a skin. How is it called? It's like the blue and purplish color with a lion-ish on it. I don't know what it was anymore. Oh, there Erik goes again with the voice. Erik, could you talk? Oh, okay. I'll rip. F in the chat for Erik. It was Hyper Beast. That's it, Hyper Beast. That was what I was thinking. Yeah, you also have the Damascus, but you also have like case hardened. Oh no, case hardened. Damn it!
Hello.
Hyper Beast. That had like different patterns and stuff as well. I used to have like yes, you're back again, man.
Good.
You good? I used to have like when I was making gaming videos back in the day, I contacted this company who made like, because I was kind of obsessed with Counter-Strike knives, and I really wanted to have like a Huntsman knife or like the M9 bayonet. So they sent those knives over for me to make a video on, and I had like the Hyper Beast and the marble skin on it. It was pretty cool, but I always wondered like how is this legal to receive, to be honest. The knives are like huge. It's like such a huge, big blade, like an actual proper big boy. I mean, it's not sharp, but yeah.
It's not sharp now. Well.
Subway Service. Yeah, we need a collaboration with Subway Service, to be honest.
We should, right?
Yeah.
That's our personal builds. What builds we use? Let me rip off this keycap. I'm not going to show to the world.
I showed it early on already, but this is my boyo. The ATG with the orange and white keycaps. I used to have orange backlit as well because that looks actually pretty nice, but now I'm using the ruby switches, so it's now a red backlight because I don't have another option.
I could leave this one hooked on. It's just a
Ghosty boy?
Ghost ATG.
Is that an older ghost case? Is it like a pre-production model?
Let me check. This is PVT.
Oh, actually PVT.
sample.
Okay.
Yeah, PVT sample.
Damn, Erik, and even having PVT samples, that's a new one. Usually it's like DVT and nothing else,
Yes.
right?
Then this is my only 60HE plus I currently have. 60 plus. It's quite good. Quite good. Then I have this monstrosity that's unusable with RGB lights because it's too light. And then I have my fourth keyboard here, but I cannot show it. Not allowed. But that's also a keyboard I drive quite often these days. But no PCR white cases for me. Nope. No. I do have a raw case somewhere though. I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I have a Synchro, an 80 Synchro somewhere as well, but I haven't used that in a while. Apparently my Synchro is very rough. Some of them are very nice and pristine, but mine is very rough. But yes, indeed. So it was D-Brand who did those case hardened stickers, and I think that's just very very smart and very cool.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you know that you don't really know what you're getting, which is kind of a little bit sad. But then again, it's nice that everything is unique, and
as long as you make it known to people that it's gonna be randomized, then I think people will be fine with it. But they really have to like explain properly, like if you buy this, it's not always gonna be consistent with the, you know, with the how it looks like.
Yeah, sometimes you also have to. We had a very. I think at the early stage of the UWU, when we were developing it, we thought like, how can we make this even more fun, right, and in theme? And we had this idea of making shiny UWUs. So we took like the sticker at the bottom, you know, because every Wooting product has like a sticker at the bottom, and then 1 in 1,000 we just make it shiny, like with a foil, nice glossy thing. And then you could say like, hey, whoa, you have a shiny rare UWU 1 in 1,000. But then we changed things, right? And then at some point the bottom case had like full silicone over it instead of a sticker, and then we had to skin that idea a little bit. Yeah, kind of sad. But it was a quite like Pokemon holographics, right? So if you play Pokemon, then sometimes you find a shiny Pokemon, and this was like, oh, you could find a shiny ooh, super rare. That's nice. Those would be like, I assume, like 10,000s of euros on an illegal market. Right?
I wish I kept my own old Pokemon cards, man. Fucking hell.
Pokemon cards.
Same with Yu-Gi-Oh! I believe Yu-Gi-Oh! Is also more valuable, isn't it now? Not as much as Pokemon, but I think it also had like something going on.
Okay, good. Hey, I have to round it down. Right,
you gotta go to the zoo.
Let's answer 3
3 more questions. Okay. 3 more questions, Lance.
Three questions out. And then this weekend, if you're in Shenzhen in the area, come by to the Sea Frontier Shenzhen meetup and see some cool keyboard companies there. We are there as well. Definitely say hello to us and show my 2HE. My 2HE is there in the box. It's
I don't see it. Where is it, Erik?
My Lacquer edition.
Proof or didn't happen? I have to move. Oh no. Where are you hiking, Sander? Trails, off trails, mountainous area? Mostly sticking to the trails. Want to make sure I don't fall off any mountains or whatever. I don't go like walk to like very thin edges or whatever.
I searched all the archives, couldn't find it. Maybe it's upstairs. It's gone. Too bad. Next time I'll show it.
This man discovers topography.
Okay. So many good questions.
Personally, like the strap, makes it unique. What's the backstory behind it? Are you not bringing it back? What's the backstory behind the strap, actually? Because that was before my time, even.
I can tell you the story of the strap. We were making the 6HE, developing it, and I think when we started developing with 6HE, originally it was a different type of keyboard, but then we thought like, okay, you know, we see this popularity within the esports scene, we need to make a more affordable keyboard, so we're going to do a tray mounted plastic case and keep it more simple, right? Because then was the whole Fortnite Wooting hype, and we really need to get rid of those FlareTech keyboards, at least move away from FlareTech ecosystem and go more into the Lacquer ecosystem. And how we always do with product development, in this case it was Kevin who was the designer of the 6HE, and he just presented at one Friday morning like, hey, here are 3 keyboard ideas, right? It's always like an A, B, and C with some different detailings. And how we always do it is like we give feedback on all the designs and we pick the things that we like and don't like about the keyboards and then try to get to something special and unique. And then he showed his 3 designs. We were all enthusiastic about it and felt like, oh, let's go for this route with this, blah, blah. And then he said like, yeah, I've got another crazy wild idea. And he just dropped a screenshot of his render program where you had like the 6HE with like a strap on there. And we were still a pretty small company then, I think with like 10 or 8 people, and everybody was so enthusiastic about it. I was like, wow, this is so weird.
I think it was 5 people because it was before I was even joining you guys.
Yeah, I think it was during your internship or around the time you started doing your internship. And we were like, everyone was like, whoa, this is so cool. This is such a wild idea. This is very cool because it didn't really add anything function-wise to the keyboard, but it did have a very unique aesthetic, and it also felt like it's so out of the box where you have a different material, nylon, which is mostly used for clothing or things where you handle it, you know, maybe a seatbelt or whatever, or a backpack strap or belt, and that's added to a keyboard, and that was quite good. So we saw it and we were all in love with it, and we said like, hey, we have to do this. That's when we made the strap. We didn't add it for the 8HE because that would bulk up the keyboard a little bit more, and we didn't want to be that company that is reliant on the strap where it's like the gimmick where every product from us has a strap. So yeah,
every product with a unique design, basically.
Unique design. Yeah. 2 more questions, right? And then it's done.
Then we already have 2.
No.
I think.
Is Wooting planning to expand beyond keyboards? That's a good question for you, Sander. Are we?
No. It's always keyboards, man. That we don't have. I mean, a lot of people are asking for mice. It's like we don't. I mean, we always say just we have enough ground to cover on like keyboards, right? We also never have made any keyboard or mouse items either, so we would definitely need some more expertise or like people to you know inform on how to you know get stuff going like that. And for now, it's like keyboards is something we do good, and keyboard is still something we can, you know, do better in, as in like different products releasing and more ground to cover.
Yeah. I mean, I think Carlos said it in a few live streams ago, maybe half a year already ago. I was there. He said, like, if we were a smart company with a really focus on growth and business, because we now have a name for Wooting, right? It sort of is. Some people really associate it well with esports or high performing gear or whatever, right? So it only makes sense to pump out more products with the Wooting logo on there, just to get more revenue and grow the business and, you know, sell more products.
Yeah.
But that's just the thing that we don't want to do, because sure, we can go to any manufacturer, right? Find a nice 8K polling mice with a custom shape and bloop, slap a Wooting logo on there and then start selling it, and it will probably sell like crazy. I think if you want to add something to the mouse space, you want to add something unique, like we did with keyboards, something something special, and that's
Wooting hiking gear.
Wooting hiking gear, that's good. Yeah.
A rappy steppy.
This is a very good question. I want to close it down with this. Why Wooting not on Amazon, etc.? The thing with Amazon is Amazon eats margin away from you, which is fine because it's a platform, right? And it's service to customers there, and it's sort of a trustworthy place to buy things. But I mean, sure, since a month or two, we have more stock, more stable stock. So now our products are in stock. And before that, there wasn't really any reason to sell on Amazon because we couldn't even keep up demand on our own store. So why would we give up 7 or 15% of your margin just to sell it on Amazon if we could just easily sell it through our own store? And that's still, you know, our way of thinking. And sure, at some point, maybe we have so much surplus of stock then it's maybe nice to say like, hey, let's put the products on Amazon and start selling it there to reach a different audience, because then it's maybe worth to take the hit on those margins. But yeah, at this point, it wasn't really needed to selling it on Amazon. In the past, we did sell our products on Amazon, a few keyboards and wrist rests and stuff. And
putting one in a wrist rest, right?
Yeah, and that works, but it's also difficult systems to work with and not really integrating our ecosystem. So at the moment, we're glad we're not selling there. But you know, maybe down the line we will have products there available. Yeah. And then the last question: any news about the info about new products? Sorry, 3 questions gone.
I mean, Computex.
Too bad. Computex.
Well, like I say,
yeah, I think if we ever make a new keyboard or a new model, it will probably have switches, Hall effect switches. That's a safe assumption, right?
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Then everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy Easton. Have fun.
Showcase keyboard cases.
What? Showcase the keyboard cases.
You mean these?
Okay.
Soon.
I'm gonna go.
Yes. Everybody, thank you guys for watching the stream. It was a pleasant experience to have you guys all here again. And the fingerprints, yes, it's a lot of fingerprints. Everybody have a great Easter. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you guys in the next one again. Good weekend. Bye-bye.